kiss for you.
Today we're going to be talking about my gaming chair, how it's been the past 5 years, a bunch of influencers getting more sponsorships from Secret Lab, so I kind of want to talk about my experience with them and, how the chair's been and how it's holding up and kind of what they're doing now and that kind of stuff. It's going to be a little bit of a shorter video because I am, with July 4th's coming up and I have been going somewhere that weekend, so I can't really record and prepare things like I typically would. Hopefully you'll find this interesting. So, all these images as I've discovered are pretty low resolution for some reason, but I'll intersperse this with footage of the chair from, my own chair that I have and kind of showing the quality. But I bought this in 2019, early 2020, that time before they added their 2020 models of the chair. So I have the 2018 model, the 2020 model, and now I think they're on the 2023 model. But I got the 2018 model, and I liked it. I do like it. We built it. It shipped within, I think, like 2 weeks or something. It showed up. It was there. We were able to, build it pretty easily. It's pretty sturdy. Able to get, all the hydraulic pistons and all that stuff working great. And so really, it was a good chair. It is still a good chair. I'm still using it. I think a lot of the things that you would expect a chair to kind of lose over time haven't. So like the bottom cushion here is still perfectly fine. It still reclines as it always does. The material quality hasn't really faded or anything. It hasn't started feeling, rough or as annoying. The armrests, which were the one complaint that people have with the 2018 series, was the armrest quality. The armrest quality, plastic and kind of rickety and stuff. I haven't had a bunch of problems with that. They can go, and the reason they're mainly, seen as rickety is because they can go forward, back, left, right, and angle. And so there's a lot of movement there they have to account for. The chair quality hasn't really faded. Taking care of it, obviously, I haven't, put it in direct sunlight or anything because the PU leather here doesn't really like that. So I haven't, done any of that. So I haven't experienced some of the cracking that some other people might have experienced, but I will think my Omega, which is the smaller of the two, there's the Titan here, and then there's the Omega. They're fundamentally the same thing, except the Titan's a little bit bigger. Other than that, I think the material quality holds up, and the cushion quality and that stuff also really holds up. I think a lot of the variety that the Omega series has, where you can get it in a fabric woven, or you can get it in a real leather, or you can get it in a PU leather, I think that variety really helps chair stand out, especially with all the colors and stuff, so you don't have to get it in the black and white that I have here. You can get it in the blue or the all black or special editions or whatever. They're going to be a little more expensive, but really that kind of variety with the quality that the chair has is something that I think definitely still holds up 5 or 6 years later. The one thing the 2020 series did add was metal armrests and a better support system. So this pillow here ended up becoming memory foam, which it wasn't before, and the armrests are now made of metal, and so that's really nice for kind of just, making the security and the feeling like a premium product with those better armrests, and so that was kind of really the main two selling points was that kind of memory foam and cold gel technology in quotes that they added to the both of the pillows here. That was really good, and then they obviously fixed the armrests to be metal, and that was the main advantages of the 2020 series. I didn't see much of a reason to change it because I just bought it recently, the other one. So it's those are nice, but not super important. The ones that really started to change in both price and features was the newer ones. Did they get rid of the chair? I remember they kind of consolidated for a while. What they has two sizes. I think they just decided, okay, not enough people are buying the smaller one, so they might have consolidated. It looks like they probably did because I'm not seeing any others except the Titan, which is fine. On top of the things from before, like the memory foam in the pillows as well as the metal armrest, they also added a different type of PU leather. They increased the quality of the hydraulics, and they changed the pillow to be kind of like a built-in design, and they obviously consolidated it to be kind of one chair. So if we look at the basic Titan Evo Stealth here, it is $550. Now this is a Neo hybrid, whatever, and you can see they go up or down in price. If I go to something like $450, right, they're just normal prime PU leather. I paid $330 to $350, depending on what it was at the time. They went up to $430, I believe, when the 2020 series happened, and now this new Titan Evo Lite is the light version, and it's $450. If you want the actual version, it's going to be $550. which is, quite a bit more expensive than the $350 that the other one was going for. And I don't really think that is necessarily worth it, because you're getting into the point where you have to buy an actual office chair from a different company that might be better longer term support. In terms of support, I haven't really noticed. The one thing they ended up, this wheel here, I believe, one of the wheels, they changed the lumbar support function. So not only did you have the pillows built in that were memory foam, but you had this lumbar support thing that that was part of like the Evo, and not the Evo, part of the Titan. And why you got the Titans, because it had adjustable lumbar support on the bottom instead of the pillow, so you could like adjust that as you needed. It was like a knob, so they added it to this one as well to give you better support. But let's see, you can choose between prime PU leather and soft weave fabric. The soft weave is gonna be an extra $20. Stealth or black is fine. You can buy, it looks like a footrest, cleaning cloth, wipes, and all that. Let's look at if anything's changed here. A fixed lumbar arch support, integrated lumbar curve, but it doesn't look like they have the adjustable one. Let me see if the normal Evo has it, because the light is, I think, new. I believe when I checked this out last time, they just had the Titan Evo, and the Titan Evo had that stuff, but I guess they had a light version because, $550 is quite expensive. And they theoretically say if you buy it from someone else it's $640. That's never the case, because you can't really buy these anywhere else except their site. I mean, I'm sure you can, and it will be more expensive, but that's a third-party reseller thing rather than them saying that it's magically more expensive there. Comes packaged with magnetic memory foam head pillow, which they say is $50. Again, that is ridiculous. This head pillow, even if it was made of memory foam, would be like $20-30 at most. But as you can see, it's built in. It has this kind of like new design where it's like magnetic, I believe. So it like is magnetized to the back of this instead of having a strap like mine does currently. It has, a little bit more consistent branding, a little bit higher quality leather. These are, again, made of metal, as they were not before. Still has the same kind of, this knob right here, perfect. So this knob here is the lumbar support. You can twist it and it goes, forward and back from that. And that was really an important thing that kind of happened. And so if you don't want that and you don't need the head pillow, then it ends up being like $100 cheaper, I believe, is the only difference. It looks like the Evo also can have larger or smaller sizes, and comes in, Napa leather or exotic if you want that, as well as maybe a different kind of soft weave fabric if you want something that's a little bit less hard, because these are not exactly soft chairs. They are quite, dense chairs, and they're good for support. But if you want something softer, then you're going to want to get the soft weave right there. And obviously this Evo one comes in more colors, so you can do like ash and royal, and it doesn't change the price. Colors for teams or whatever, that's going to be an extra like $100, or a special edition game. I mean, these are really cool, right? These are kind of like the branding opportunities that you like to see, and there's a bunch of them here, so you can swap the armrest. They come with standard armrest swaps. You can also add various accessories and things if you want it. And so really, it's just, I think that they kind of got a little bit out of hand with the pricing on these occasionally, because like $550 is a lot, and when you're getting into these special editions, like obviously special edition you don't need, so you can go like classic. So like a modern version of the chair I have that I spent $340 on is going to be $550, and you're getting lumbar and a better pillow and the armrest stuff, right? Maybe new leather, but I really haven't had a problem with the leather I have currently. So really, I would say these aren't necessarily worth it unless you can get a discount. You can still buy from third party the 2020, 2018 ones, and I just probably recommend that. I haven't seen many people, like obviously these are good chairs and they're still going to be good chairs, but I think at this price point, you're better off getting something that's, a little bit different than this. If you can try these out and there's an opportunity you live near somewhere where they're, having these on a show floor or something, that would be pretty good, because these are kind of really difficult to, determine if you like it, especially with something like how the fabric and the fabric quality is, and, how this new leather is, right? They talk about all this leather and how the quality of it's improved, but that's really hard to kind of identify unless you're really using it for a long time and feeling out how it functions and how it kind of moves and adapts and if it cracks or not. And so really, I think that if you're going to look for something like this, you can get a previous generation of it. And so hopefully, my chair is working great. It's held up for a good amount of time. If anyone watching wants to get like a 2020 series, I think that's a pretty good offer, because they were only like $430. They're probably even cheaper now, like to $400. And that has the better memory foam stuff. And if you get a Titan, it does still have the lumbar support, I believe, the turnable knob. So I don't really think that any of these other features here are necessarily that, much better, especially with that increase in price. Now, obviously, you're not going to get a warranty for that, but that would just be my suggestion if you're interested in a chair and wondering how that, the modern version of this works. I still think my 2018 works pretty well. So yeah, I'll see everyone in the next video. I got like at least 3 more master reviews coming up here on the channel because I got a couple more things. So hopefully I'll get to those soon.